Part 3, The Guilt. After the murder, the narrator meticulously dismembers the old man's body, wrapping each piece in cloth to ensure no trace of blood remains. He hides the remains beneath the floorboards of the old man's room, carefully replacing them so no one would ever suspect anything amiss. With the deed done, he feels a wave of relief wash over him. The eye that haunted him is gone forever. Days pass, and the narrator continues with his daily life, convinced of his success. But beneath his calm exterior, something begins to gnaw at him, a growing unease that he can't quite shake. He tries to ignore it, but the feeling only intensifies, like a shadow looming over him. One evening, 2 police officers arrive at the door, responding to a neighbor's report of a scream heard in the night. The narrator, initially surprised, quickly regains his composure and invites them in, confident they will find nothing. He even leads them to the old man's room, speaking casually to mask his rising anxiety. As the officers linger in the room, the narrator begins to feel increasingly uneasy. A faint, rhythmic sound starts to echo in his ears, like the ticking of a clock, but much deeper and more resonant. The sound grows louder, more insistent, pounding relentlessly in his head. It's the beating of a heart, steady, unyielding, and unmistakable. Panic sets in as the narrator realizes the sound is coming from beneath the floorboards, where the old man's body is hidden. His composure begins to crumble. He tries to keep up the conversation, but the sound is maddening, driving him to the brink. Unable to endure the torment any longer, the narrator snaps. He screams at the officers, confessing to the murder and begging them to tear up the floorboards to silence the unbearable noise. The officers, shocked by his sudden outburst, do as he asks, uncovering the gruesome evidence of his crime. The story ends with the narrator, now completely unhinged, being led away by the police. The beating heart has stopped, but the guilt and horror have driven him to madness, sealing his fate.